All right, let's get it. You already know it's your boy Soy, and we back at it with another T Talks, where we speak on the truth. We speak about any type of testimonials, and we most definitely we stay transparent all around here. All right, y'all. It's time to dive into something a little, you know, you know, something a little raw. And I'm gonna give it to you raw, and I'm gonna give it to you real, and I'm gonna give it to you honest and truthful. We're gonna talk about rejection a little bit today, y'all. We're gonna talk about rejection. Before we dive in, I want you guys to go ahead and show some love to my Instagram. That is Sawyer_Boyce. And subscribe to the YouTube channel at See More Pros, y'all. The links will be in the descriptions and all that good stuff. Let's build this tribe. Let's build this community so that we keep on creating a safe place, a non-judgmental platform, and a tribe that is strong and healing on the incline, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by asking, who here listening has ever felt rejection? Has ever felt it, y'all, at any point of time, by any means, right? I know that we've all experienced rejection, and I don't have to even go into detail about the feeling, but it sucks. You feel heartbroken, you feel confused, you feel you start thinking about all your flaws, quote unquote, that you could change, or could you change, or is it really your fault, and all this stuff, y'all. It makes you doubt yourself. It brings on fears, and most definitely it just leaves you clinging to people that don't want to be around. I mean, we got to be honest, we got to be truthful, and people, human beings, are very much subjects of rejection of one another, and this internalizes, and we begin to reject ourselves. We begin to reject traits of ourselves. We begin to reject just how we express ourselves, and all that. It's a never-ending cycle, but it most definitely today ends with you. So I will be leading this off with a scripture that I found in the Bible, just literally randomly going through it. It was already highlighted, so I seen it as a sign to go with this message, and it's from 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. Rejected by humans, but chosen by God and precious to him, you also, like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house. Okay? It just went rejected by humans, but chosen by God. People aren't going to like you. People aren't going to accept you. And this is something that I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn it the hard way. By choosing my lifestyle, by choosing my mate, by choosing my career. I went through multiple rejections, and even rejection of self, doubting oneself, wondering, if I wasn't like this, would I receive the love that I wanted from others? And this very thought is what drove me to my faith. To be completely honest, Joni did help me get to this point by most definitely keeping that prayer open and us having those deep conversations. But I really, after reading scriptures like that in the Bible and attending church and doing my own research and all that good stuff, I am beginning. I'm not going to say I'm an expert at it. I'm not going to say I've mastered it, but I am beginning to reject myself less and I'm beginning to look for acceptance in others way less. I don't need their acceptance because my divine power, my higher power, my source, my God has already chosen me and not rejected me. And that is what drove me to my faith today, is the simple fact that where all that actually matters, all my blessings that are coming, all the progress that I'm making, every single thing is connected to that one source, my divine power, which I believe in. When I turn my focus to Him, when I turn my focus to that concept, no longer am I giving people power over my mind or allowing them to live rent-free in my spirit, because they can't give me what I need. They can't give me my foundation. There's no way that they're going to help me build my spiritual building, my spiritual temple. There's no way that someone else's prince can be on my temple or in my spirit. This thought alone helped me get to this point now with who I chose to be, who I transitioned to be. And I'm most definitely a firm believer in multiple ways of transitioning in life. And it happens. You can see it in the cycle of life, the way of life. If you look at it, there's always transitions happening in life. You think of the seasons. Those transitional seasons are filled with death and decay and loss, if you really think about it. And then you turn into a blooming, a planting, a seeding. Those points, they hurt, they suck, they're cold, they're distant, but they're important. They're very important. So when you start feeling rejected by people, which can be very often, it will feel isolating. It will feel like you're being buried. You will be filled with fear of what others will think and say. But understand something very important. And that's a seed can't grow on concrete. It has to be buried in dirt. It's going to be dirty. And a seed isn't grouped together. It's alone. But it makes so much of an abundance when it hits through that surface point. It's amazing what beauty comes out of rejection. I'm a prime example. Rejection to some is a harsh word. Oh well, right? Non-acceptance is another one. And when you don't accept your story, and you don't accept someone else's belief, and you don't accept someone else's growth, you are a blockage to them. You are a hindrance to them. And you got to understand that it's almost human nature to reject what is not of you. It's common, right? But what's amazing, and like I always say, take what you need and leave what you don't. But there's something, even if the one source in your mind is you, that believes you are precious and worthy and worth it and valuable. Something it takes this being, this source, literally takes the broken and builds them into something monumental. I have been rejected for my lifestyle, for my choices and my decisions, and it has made me feel confused, unloved, isolated, misunderstood, angry, fearful, fearful that because people that I held so high rejected me so quickly or didn't accept me so quickly, it made me fearful of the next person who might come into my life. And it created walls and barriers that I basically buried myself in. It caused me to take a step away from my family and block them. It caused me to act out of character and try my hardest to prove that I'm a manly man and I can do it all and I can do it by myself. But that's not the case. I'm Sawyer. I'm C. I am exactly who I'm supposed to be, and I am uniquely made for this purpose to walk this life and experience this human experience. But what keeps me going is the fact that I have a purpose. And I don't have to go by anybody else's descriptions or rules or laws or beliefs, because already planted inside me was my own. And rejection hurts. It does. It does hurt. And it caused me to be very confused on what I truly wanted, because through rejection, you want to be a pleaser. You want to people please naturally so that you aren't rejected. But when I was trying to people please, I was so miserable and so depressed and so tired and so exhausted. Because when you're in a constant play, pretending to be a character that does not fit your skin, it weighs down on you so heavy. I didn't take care of my body. I didn't take care of my hair. I didn't take care of anything around me. And when I got the chance to be who exactly I wanted to be and who I felt I was destined to be and who I felt and I seen in my mind's eye constantly, is like a breath of fresh air. And I began to stop rejecting myself. And when I stopped rejecting myself, I was able to project to others the growth that was within inside me, because it became reality. And this is who I became. And I've grown into a mature, amazing man, an amazing person, an amazing child, an amazing follower of the Lord, of Scripture, of myself. It became freeing. I changed my goals and my wording around in my goals because I wanted, what do they call that? Financial freedom. But I realized all I truly wanted was freedom. And that began with the process of stop rejecting myself and stop rejecting my dreams and stop rejecting my passions and my thoughts and all those good things, and letting who I am build fluidly, no matter what, no matter who agreed. Because the beautiful part of being you is no one on this planet will ever be you. You are a unique footprint on this planet right now. No one else with your skills and your abilities and your thoughts and your beliefs and your choices lives on this earth. No matter how big of a community we build, we will all be different in many, 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 many ways. But that's the beauty of rejection and pain and traumas and transitions, is it brings us together using those things so that we can share our experiences with one another. And that is most definitely beautiful to me. I cannot learn to be a better human being through just me, but I most definitely can through your experiences, and I hope that you can through mine. So what I'm saying also when it comes to rejection is not to be afraid to step out of rejection. You don't have to be in those spaces. You are literally building your empire, building your spiritual housing, as it says in 1 Peter. You are literally building yourself and your legacy. So you don't need negativity in the mix of that. You don't. I will say that I personally took some time away from those who did not accept me and who rejected me. I took some time away from them. Sometimes that means blocking them out completely, forever, and sometimes that means just for a season. I unfollowed certain people. I unfollowed certain things, and I began to follow more positive channels. I started to read more positive books. I began to listen to more positive music. When I scroll on Instagram and I see a fellow brethren doing his dang dizzle, or I see someone that has hit a goal that I wish to hit one day, instead of getting envious or mad or upset, I celebrate them, knowing that they were also once in my shoes, knowing that they were once in a spot where they were wishing and now they're there. And I know that I'm going to get to where I need to go. So not to detour too far off from rejection, it's just understanding that it will come. Understanding me personally, I personally did my own reading of the Bible, just scattered reading, following along in my church services and things of that nature. But understanding, I came across a scripture that I'm gonna find it, guys. I don't know these things by heart, but I feel like if you know the essence and you have those seeds planted, that's all that matters. Of when multiple times over Jesus was rejected. And we all know those stories, right? But there was one particular story where he was rejected and he didn't waste a single word on the people and moved on. That story stuck to me like glue. I still to this day can't take that from my heart. That is so embedded in my heart, and it has helped me grow past people's rejections and how people might have their beliefs. It has helped me so much to know that someone as spiritually powerful as Jesus was not accepted by all. In fact, hated so much, was killed, right? Part of the plan, part of the purpose is the shedding and the rebirthing of all new things to come and blessings and all that good stuff. But I remember telling myself and connecting that with conversations with my brother. He literally told me, it's billions of people on this planet. You can't expect to be loved by all of them. And sometimes it comes down to a title. You can't care about titles. It doesn't matter who they are. They have no right to disrespect you or dishonor you or misuse you or anything. So sometimes that rejection hurts coming from certain people with certain titles. But just like Jesus, and just like my brother said as well, not everybody gonna like you, man. They not. Not everybody is going to like me, and that's okay. The best thing to do is not waste your talent, not waste your space, not waste your breath on those type people, because you don't have to. And if someone as spiritually important and high ranking status as Jesus, if he can literally just walk away and don't have to deal with those people, you can do the same thing, because I most definitely, bringing it back to the beginning, are created in God's image. You are created in your source's power to reflect his power. You were given his power. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. You literally hold the power to manifest every single desire in your mind, but it has to come from a good intent and love. That's the beauty of it. So though people may reject you, understand that it don't matter. They are not part of your plan then. And you have the spiritual right, you have the utmost right to let them go. Ignore them. You have the right to literally walk away and set your boundaries and understand that you are chosen. And I love to remind people of this, because I think we forget we're chosen daily, with all the distractions of the world, with all the comparisons of the world, with all the stereotypes in the world of what we're supposed to do, if we want to be a certain way, how we're supposed to act, culturally, how we're supposed to act, who we're supposed to engage with, and who we're supposed to love, and what we're supposed to do, and all these safety nets and these fears that just web us in. All of that takes away from the straight truth, and that we are chosen and we are here to build what is best for us. What's best for us. We and you and me will constantly face rejection. I'm going to tell you something. When you hear no so many times, when you've been in so many rooms where you are not loved for who you are, and you are not appreciated for who you are, and you are not honored for what you give and what you bring and the skills that you have acquired, and you aren't celebrated amongst the people and the environment that you are in that very moment that you enter into a space. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna tell you, because I did it, you create the space you deserve. When you walk into that atmosphere and you're around those people that glorify you, that celebrate you, that love you with no conditions or strings, and accept you for your flaws and all, and your choices, and they constantly want to see you grow, and they're there to help you and build your skills, and they're there to just brainstorm with you and chop it up with you and love you, it will be a breath of fresh air. You will feel at home. You will feel like you're in heaven, in paradise, and that you can conquer the world with all their rejection and negativity. So I just say, and I want to leave it with this, is people will reject you. They will. But you are chosen and you are loved. And understand that. Let that sink in. And take the time to accept yourself, not reject yourself, because the world is going to do that enough. Start to build that inner peace on the inside, and understand that when it radiates out, no one will be able to touch you, come close to you with darkness. There is many times that I get recognition for sticking to my decisions and my choices to choose to love myself and choose to create a self that I can live in and not just survive in. And a lot of people come to me and say, you're an inspiration. And this is not me gloating. This is me saying it in the most humblest of ways so that I can be transparent and open to you right now. There has been many people who have come to me and be like, you've really grown into yourself now. We see what you were talking about in the beginning. We see the difference in your smile and how you interact with the world and what you're able to do. You have a different light about you in your eyes and around you. And this was born from rejection. This was born from fear of that rejection. I am now back close with my family because I did have to take that time to know who I was. I am now a better person because I went through that rejection and then realized that all I have to do is give acceptance. And it's amazing. It's very much amazing. I want to depart ways by literally saying you don't have to explain yourself to those that reject you. You don't have to explain your every move, because the vision that you have in your mind of what you want to do, who you want to be, and who you want to become was not bestowed on anyone but you. So only you understand your journey. Only you understand your goals. Only you understand your frustrations and your passions and your reasonings. When those moments come where you're so flustered and frustrated because you can't find the words and you can only find feelings, it's because there's no words that need to be said. And you need to focus on you and accept you. If you are not happy, again, I'm going to say something me and my brother discussed pretty recently. It's kind of cool. And it's a challenge that he's accepting, and it's something that resonated in my spirit and I'm even accepting. And he said, if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, you don't like what's going on, you are in control of changing that. It is in your power to change that. The world is filled with rejection, but you don't have to be a part of that. So I thank you guys. I thank you for making it to the end of this here episode. I want you guys to know that I don't reject you. I love you. If you didn't hear it in a while, if you needed to hear it today, understand that I am extending so much love to whoever is on the other end of this camera, of this microphone. I love you. And I hope you receive it, and I hope that it resonates with you. You okay? You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be hard, and if you're going through it right now, thank you for listening to this, because I've been there. Hardship is a mother lover. And it sucks when you have to cut people off, and it sucks when you feel alone, and it sucks when the person that you held the most respect for ends up crushing your heart. It sucks. It sucks. But through pain and brokenness, beauty and wholeness await. So like always, y'all, it is always much love. Thank you for tuning in. Go show me some extra love on Instagram at Sawyer_Boyce and on YouTube at Seymour Pros to go ahead and keep connected, build this tribe, and keep on spreading this love, y'all. Until the next one, peace, family.